therapy, please feel free to reach out. Points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction, keep your spine straight. Another important thing, do your practices gently without any strain. There's a limit in duration or count of specific exercises. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification, but remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular discipline practice. Yoga brings good health of mind and body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I will let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste everyone. As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. So we continue with the Yoga Sutras, and many of you will remember, people have been attending regularly, that we began the chapter 2 after the overview of the chapter 1, or completing the chapter 1. And you will recall that chapter 1 starts off by saying that being programmed entities, the idea of Kriya Yoga or active yoga is the process whereby by engaging in life, but with the attitude of seeking to know, swadhyaya, as well as surrender to God, what by letting go of the results of the action, we end up purifying ourselves, which is called tapas. And that is the nature of how the active yoga takes place. And the purpose of it is in order to attain samadhi, understanding that the body is only an instrument to serve the purpose of depleting the programs. And after having mentioned that, after saying body is only a programmed element, Patanjali Muni in Sutra 3 goes on to state what are the program elements within us. The word klesha is the word that is used. The direct meaning is, of course, impurity, or you can call it as a blemish. Whereas on the other hand, we understand it as the program elements, the fivefold ones, which we have discussed last time. And within the fivefold ones that are described, the place of avidya, or the lack of understanding of the nature of what existence is all about, who we are and all of that, that has a special place. Because if the avidya is not there, the other program elements don't have a strong leg to stand on. While they can affect you, but they become weakened, because once you know the nature of existence, you become less reactive, you have a different orientation towards life, you are less likely to add on more karmas. So this has a very special role, and this is what Patanjali Muni discussed in Sutra number 4 and 5, where he essentially points out that that hierarchically is on a higher level, and then the avidya. And then he also points out, he tries to give a definition. Patanjali tries to give a definition for everything, as you have noticed. Like in the previous chapter, he tried to define what each of the chittavrittis were, the activation of the activations of our programmed elements. So here he is trying to give a definition of each one of these 5 program entities. And so he began with giving the definition that lack of understanding of the nature of existence is thinking of what is not permanent as permanent, thinking of what is not pure as pure, and what gives misery to think that's what gives you happiness. And then what is not core to the issue, thinking that is the core to the issue, that is the nature of this avidya, or lack of understanding of the nature of existence, a wrong perspective. So after that, from Sutra number 6 to 9, he goes to define each of the other program entities. Sutra number 6, Drigdarshana Shaktyoho Ekatmata Iva Asmita. Asmita, or me, the experiencer. Iva means as if, Ekatmata being one with it, Shaktyoho, the energies of what? Drigdarshana, whatever you see, as if feeling the energies of that, being one with it, that is the nature of the being me, the experiencer. You can all imagine what it means is that basically you have something in front of you that you observe, and feeling it is what it's all about. So in other words, there it is, you're watching out of the window, you see the tree blooming over there, or across the ocean over there, and you're looking at it, and you're simply looking at it, and you're feeling very meditative and peaceful. You're observing in that peaceful this thing. That's the nature of me, the observer, or me, the experiencer. The idea of me, the doer, is a different matter. Oh, I want to go for a swim in the ocean, or I want to climb the mountain. Now, why is the tree like this, or whatever? There you get into a reactive mode, right? Here there is no reactivity. Sutra number 7 says, Sukha Anushayi Ragaha. Anushayi means where it rests upon. The sense of what gives you happiness rests upon your own sense of what you consider as attractive or desirable. That is, Ragaha means what is attractive or desirable is what supports the sense of what will give you happiness. Dukha Anushayi Dvesha. So, what supports the feeling of misery is something that you don't want, something that you have aversion towards. Sutra number 9, Swarasa Vahi. Swarasa means person who is in your self-interest. Vahi. Vahi means, Vahan means to carry. Vahi means being a carrier. Carrying yourself as if what is in your self-interest. Vidusha api. Vidusha means a learned person, a scholar. Api also. Tatha arudha. Thus, having being on the top of it. Arudha means to be riding on it. Abhinivesha. Abhinivesha, or the sense of me, the doer, comes even for the people who are learned scholars, who are riding on the top of the sense that I am the person, or whatever I am doing, you're carrying it in your own interest. So the sense of it, that kind of thing, I'm doing it for myself. So this kind of a thinking is what leads to the sense of me, the doer. Now, after that, Sutra number 10 goes into Te, referring to, Te means these or they, and what is being referred to? The 5 program entities. Te pratiprasavaha. Prasavaha means to give birth. Pratiprasavaha is to not give birth, take it back inward. Heyaha is to oppose. Sukshmaha means in a subtle way. So what it's saying, Sutra number 10 is, all these program elements, you can prevent it from activating by opposing it in a subtle way. And Sutra number 11 gives a little more detail that gives you the linkage between a program entity and its activation, which was discussed, the activation which was discussed in chapter 1. Dhyana heyaha tad vritayaha. Tad vritayaha means their activations, their expressions, their vrittis. So, dhyana heyaha means in the state of dhyana, that is going beyond the mind, that is the stillness within. Heyaha is to oppose. You can oppose the activation of the program elements, that is the program elements referred here in chapter 2 in the previous sutras, and the activations described in the first chapter. So here you can see the linkage between the activations mentioned in the first chapter, the vrittis, and the root element of it being the program. Sutra number 12. We'll stop over here. Klesha Mulaha Karma Ashayo Drashta Adrishta Janma Vedaniyaha. So what it's saying over here is that klesha, mula means root. So the klesha is the root, because that is the first program of the first creation that comes to you. But thereafter, by reactivity, you accumulate more karmas. So with the root as the kleshas, klesha mulaha, karma ashayo, that is resting on the karmas, drashta adrishta janma vedaniya. Drashta is what you see, adrishta is what you don't see, janma is births, vedaniya means experiences. So what happens is, with the root klesha, with supporting karmas, the experiences of known and unknown births. That means unknown births are those that are future births that may come. All of this is caused by the root klesha and the karmas which you have accumulated, and that is the point. Actually, I may as well complete sutra number 13. Sati mule. Sati mule means sati indicates the end of one period or one existence. Sati mule, that means at the root of one existence. Tad vipako, tad is that. What is that? The combination of kleshas and karma. Vipako means to fruition. Jati ayu bhogaha. So the combination of kleshas and karmas you have at the end of one birth time or one lifetime, that determines in its fruitioning the next birth. And the word jati means the circumstances of the birth. Ayu means the longevity of the birth, and bhogaha it means the experiences you are going to have in that birth. So all of these are determined by the underlying kleshas and karmas that are there at the end of one lifetime. They determine the next lifetime. So with that, we will stop at sutra number 13 for today, and let's proceed with the chakra vibrations. Are there any quick questions? Okay. So we will go on to the chakra vibrations. Bring your awareness to the Muladhara, the root chakra, and pressing on the little finger with the thumb, we do Lam. Take a deep breath in. Lam. Release the fingers and continue. Bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum, and there we do Vam, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. Vam. Release the fingers and continue. Last time. Now bring the awareness behind the navel and pressing on the middle finger, we do rum. Take a deep breath. Rum.
Rum. Rum. Release the fingers and continue. Bring your awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum.
Release the fingers and continue. Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the fingers, continue. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head. We do chum, thumbs up, loose fist.
Release the hand and continue. Last time. Now, bring the awareness to the top of the head, and there we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release your hand and continue. Last time. Now we go on to the Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. So all of you know it, so please proceed. And if there's anybody new who doesn't know it, I'll give the instructions. Bring your awareness to the lowermost part of the mouth that connects into the neck, specifically the hole through which food and air passes down in the throat area. Focusing on that hole, make a big smile with your eyes closed. And as you make the big smile, cheeks coming out, you will feel a subtle stretch at the bottommost part of the mouth in that hole, in that throat area. Focusing on that stretch, inhale and exhale in a comfortable, easy breath. And as you inhale, you will find a mild sucking sensation as the air is resisted in that throat area. And when you exhale, it will feel like a reverse sucking sensation. Take particular care to do it without strain. There is an effort involved, but the effort should be mild. And the effort should be such, just by focusing on it, you can be in a meditative state. Nikhil Roy, for whatever reason today, you're not getting the intensity. So try to do it with a little more of a sucking sensation. So Anjana, you're fine. You carry on. So those of you who want to be checked, you should have your video on. Then I can check whether you're doing it right. Dalpat Patel, are you doing Ujjayi? Carry on. I don't see the sensations happening within you. Make a little bit of more of an effort. All of you are doing good. Carry on. Now we go on to the respiratory vibrations. So bring your awareness behind the sternum and feel a flow through the middle of the body going out of the top of the head. And that flow feels like three syllables. Haim, im, So you feel like the flow. Haim, im, Haim, im, Haim, And as the flow goes, forget the breath. You don't focus on the breath. It is the breath where normally you have no awareness of the breath at all most of the day, so you don't focus on the breath, don't even be aware of it. Just keep the Haim flow visualization going.
Now bring the awareness to the chest area, the lungs in particular, if you can visualize it. And focusing on the lungs, visualize like the lungs are vibrating with the sound. Haim, 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 haim. Just visualize that there. So Bal Mukund, I believe today is the last day. Bal Mukund does the twice a year the fundraising campaign. Bal Mukund, if you want, you can take over. After
Thank you,
that,
Dr.
we will go
Rajan.
on to the spinal alignment exercise.
So, namaskar everyone. It gives me a great delight to announce our biannual donation drive. Today is the last day of our announcements. First of all, I'd like to start by thanking you all for your support. Close to 3,000 people have registered for our classes. 300 to 400 people do yoga with us every month. 200 to 250 people do with us every day. And it has brought tremendous benefits of health and wellness to many of our attendees with regards to their relieving their chronic conditions, blood pressure, diabetes, better sleep, better mental health, and whatnot. And we have also grown beyond the daily yoga class. Close to 100 people have gone through our measured yoga therapy. We have expanded our therapist training programs. 30 to 40 new people have been trained. 14 new BioWell machines have been bought, all thanks to your philanthropic donations. And we have also expanded our offering of continuing medical education credits. We have hosted educational seminars, and we host social hour twice every week. And I would like to share my own personal journey with life in yoga. I was suffering from an incurable condition back in 2019. And prior to that, I used to be a very healthy, physically active individual. And I went down with a viral fever that turned into chronic fatigue syndrome. And I had extreme fatigue, inflammation in the body, exercise intolerance, high heart rate, palpitations, and whatnot. And I thought I was going to be bedridden for a long time in my life. And life in yoga therapy saved me. And I was lucky that I got introduced through a friend. I made substantial recovery in 4 months through the measured yoga therapy. I made close to full recovery in 10 months. And since then, it became a mission for me to promote and scale up life in yoga's operations, because not everyone is lucky like me. And so we need to reach out to a lot more people who are suffering. So let's take a moment to thank Dr. Rajan Narayanan. He's truly a yoga scientist on a mission, and he has developed the measured yoga therapy, and through which we have treated close to 1,000 patients with complex lifelong illnesses that nobody else could treat. And life in yoga can actually help millions of people who suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, autoimmune conditions, tens of millions of seniors who suffer from complex illnesses, mental health issues, cardiovascular and sleep issues. And Western medicine has limitations and side effects. So we need to scale up beyond our reach. But scaling up operations needs resources. So we need to open more centers. We need to train more high quality therapists. We need to buy more BioWell machines. And so, we're going to need your support. And so how can you support? One, you can help spread the message. So call your friends, family, and acquaintances. Let them know of Life in Yoga's offerings, our daily yoga classes, and the therapy we provide and how it has benefited you. And last but not least, we'd be very grateful for your donations, because no organization can grow without finances. So here's how you can donate. You can go on the website lifeinyoga.org, and there on the top right corner, there's a PayPal button. There you can click, and you can go through the motions of it. You can also donate there via your credit card, and make sure you use HTTPS in front of lifeinyoga.org, because that means it's a secure site. You can also write a check to Life in Yoga Institute. The tax ID is right here, and you can send it to Jay Shri Prakash, who manages our accounts. And you should know that Life in Yoga is a tax-exempt charitable organization. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for your continued support and participation. And we hope that in the years to come, we bring the health benefits through our yoga to a lot more people. Thank you.
So we resume here. As we resume here, I want to add one more thing. Many of you here are, people who have children, and many of you also have grandchildren. And for people who are adult children whom you have, while they may be too busy in their lives to come to this kind of a daily yoga session, there are two things you can do for them. What it is make sure they keep a ritual in daily life, and particularly in the morning hours. And when they wake up in the morning, let them do a ritual, and the ritual could be drinking their cup of coffee or tea, where at that time when they do that, they keep a quiet mind and they don't let the mind wander anywhere, just observing over there. That 5-10 minutes that they bring the quietness to the mind, even because they are younger and the health is in a better shape, they will be able to cope up with the stresses of life better. And the same thing in the evening time, let them build activities within their life where they become pure observers. Of course, one thing that has been established by research is that nothing has as much a deep resting quality as the kind of yoga practices we do. However, when people don't feel they want to come into this kind of activity as yet, they feel this for, later in life kind of thing, bring them to a point where they keep daily rituals, where they can be a pure observer for at least some time. And on weekends, the second thing you can tell them is to do something a little bit more. Like our morning yoga sessions on weekends are a little longer, and they are much more physical asana oriented. So you can tell them to join us over there, even if they cannot join this daily yoga session. So I'll suggest this for you to think about for your younger family members. So let's continue with our spinal alignment. Now, those of you who like to do it intensely, you can bring your hands behind your back. And those who want to do it a little lightly, you don't need to do that. As you exhale, gently tilt your head to one side, bring your ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder and continue. Last exhalation, tilt, inhale, come back. And as you exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue.
Last exhalation turn. Inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, you can lift up the chin and take the head back. And as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. Last exhalation, bring the chin down towards the chest, and then we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation, and let's go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation, and now we go on to the shoulder exercises. Inhale, lift up one shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can extend the hands in front of you, stretch the hands out, palm facing the floor. And as you inhale, lift up the palm perpendicular to the forearm and stretch out the fingers. Exhale, thumb in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale, hands up and stretch. Exhale, make the fist and down. Continue. Last exhalation, keep the fist and go around the wrist. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now let's go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now elbows in line with the shoulders. And now we go around the wrist. As you inhale, open out the palms and exhale, make the wrist again and come down. Continue. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation, and then we go reverse. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now interlock the fingers and bring it behind the head. Keep the elbows stretched out in a 180 degrees angle. And as you exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back. Remember to keep your awareness within in the breath and the sensations that you feel as you stretch to the one side or the other. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now, get hold of the elbows behind the head. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow. Inhale, come back up. And continue. Last exhalation, inhale, and bring your hands behind your back and get hold of your elbows. Take a deep breath in, pull back the shoulders, expand the chest. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now we bring the hands to the hips behind you. Keep the hands in such a way where four fingers are behind and the thumb is by the side. And as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. When you exhale, come to the regular position. Inhale, push on the other hand and make the backward arch in the other direction. Exhale, come forward. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we are ready to cross one leg over the other, and the leg you have crossed over, hold the knee with your interlocked hands, and as you exhale, pull it over and cross it to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Inhale, release, and continue.
Last exhale, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we cross over the other leg. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we can stand up and we will do the pelvic bending. Bring your hands behind your back. Those of you who don't have good balance, you can do this seated in your chair. Pulling on the elbows, stretch out the shoulders and lift up the chin. And as you exhale, push out the butt, keeping the chin up and shoulder pulled back. And feel the stretch from the bottom of the feet to the hips. Keep the head up, chin up. Yes. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. As you continue to inhale and exhale and hold the position, you can observe how the muscles from the bottom of the feet to the hips slowly begin to relax, and you can lean forward a little bit more and stay there, inhaling and exhaling. Slowly come up, take your seat, and now we do the shoulder exercise with both shoulders lifting together. Inhale, lift up both the shoulders. Exhale, rotate it back and slowly bring it down. As you inhale and lift up the shoulder, feel also the hips lifting up. And as you exhale, you're relaxing and coming down. Also, when you inhale, feel the awareness go to the head. And as you exhale, feel the awareness cascading downward towards the legs. Continue inhaling and exhaling.
Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we check the nostrils to see how they are blowing. Whichever has less air blowing out of the nostril, inhale from that nostril and exhale through the other. And do that 3 or 4 times. And after that, you can go on to the alternate nostril breathing. Just a reminder for people who may be a little newer that whenever you inhale from one nostril, visualize as if the vitality of the breath is traveling across the opposite side. So from nostril, crossing over to the opposite side and going by the side of the head all the way to the middle of the head, actually middle of the brain, the hairline where the forehead touches the hair. Right at that point in time, complete the inhalation, the awareness of the inhalation. And when you exhale through the other nostril, visualize the awareness coming in a mirror image from the opposite side and going out of that nostril. Then you inhale from that nostril, the awareness comes to the middle of the head, exhale through the other way, and continue this alternate nostril process. Continue. Now we are ready for our Bhasrika, the deep breathing practice that we do. But we will begin with the Kobahi Kumbhaka or full exhalation. Just for a note, for those of the people who want to leave at 6:30, it's 6:28 now, so you can watch your time. So you begin by full exhalation. So you first take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, pull up the pelvic floor, take the abdominal area in, and continue to exhale as the chest empties. Bring the chin down to the chest and hold out the breath. Hold out as long as you can. Now inhale and close the fist and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. 3, inhale and exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Hold the breath as long as you feel comfortable, and then exhale through the left nostril, and then relax. Now we go on to the spinal vibrations. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. I'm Shim Jim Jim I'm 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 Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam 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 I'm Om. Now we go on to our few more rounds of the deep breathing. We'll begin with the Kobahi Kumbhaka as before, the exhaling and holding out the breath. And when we inhale after that, visualize the inhalation is pulling out the sternum, where the sternum is coming out, the belly gets filled, the chest gets filled, shoulder gets pulled back. And as you exhale, feel like the sternum is going inward, and you feel like the throat is somehow spilling out stuff, and it's all coming out of the head, like that, the visualization. So let's begin with the Bahi Kumbhaka. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull up the pelvic floor, take the abdominal area in, chest empties, bring the chin down to the chest. Let's begin with inhalation. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, exhale. 60, exhale. 70, exhale. 80, exhale. 90, exhale. And 20, exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale through the left, and then relax. Let's go on to the next round of this breathing exercise. Begin with the Kobahi Kumbhaka. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull up the pelvic floor. Take the abdominal area in. Feel the chest emptying as you complete the exhalation. And bring the chin to the chest. Hold out the breath. Let's begin with inhalation. Inhale and come up. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, exhale. 60, exhale. 70, exhale. 80, exhale. 9, exhale. 20, exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Hold the breath and exhale through the left nostril. Now mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything. As you let go of everything, feel the shoulders become lighter and perhaps the head too. And if you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. If you don't have that, then visualize a rising vibration from behind the sternum, going through the body and out of the top of the head. And that rising vibration feels like 3 syllables. Haim Im Om. Haim Im Om. Unlike the respiratory mantra, which is Haim Im we do Haim Im Om over here with the same visualization. And we will have Om playing in the background.
Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Understanding the body as only an instrument of the cosmic flow. Become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you feel you want to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and bring it a few inches in front of your face and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. So with that, we end the session for today. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Namaste and have a good evening.